It's amazing, to be part of this show because it was something that I wanted to do for so long, and to finally see it here with my favorite Latin American actors all tonight. I mean, it's amazing. Even Carol G is here tonight. It was a lot of preparation, a lot of prosthetics. I had never really acted in Spanish or with prosthetics, or actually had never done a drama, so it was kind of like a big challenge for me, but I really had a great time.
Oh, it was the best experience of my life. I love my mom, but Sofia is Sofia. She's quality as a human. She's so talented. She's hilarious. There's not a single dull moment with her. And a lot of sweets, which I love. A lot of cookies. I got cocosetes. Shocking. I expected a drama, not as violent, not as dark, but it was so well written. I'm not a great reader, if you could say, but I couldn't stop reading it since I started. It was very good. It was very well written.
So my character's name is Isabel, and she's Griselda's best friend, a supporter. They used to work together, so they share a lot of history. So I feel like Isabel is there to show a more vulnerable side of Griselda. It was a great experience. They're both women that I admire and that that bring out the best of me as well, sharing scenes with powerful, talented women, like elevate the whole thing.
It was honestly the best thing in the world. I couldn't ask for a better fake mom. Honestly, she became like a real mom, let's be honest. She's the greatest. She's so fun around to be with. She's just herself, and she's very fun to be with. And she loves to crack jokes, but she's also very professional. And that's the thing that really amazed me. She's really humble, and she's always stayed put to herself, and she's always herself, and that's really amazing to me from her.
First of all, so amazing to be here right now. Yes, with the person that I get to play, June Hawkins, Detective June Hawkins. She's one of the first female homicide detectives in Miami. So our series, it centers on these two women, Sofia Vergara's Griselda Blanco and my June Hawkins, in which we are both women trying to get validation. We're trying to be seen in a world that's so dominated by men. And to get to play her, for her to have her story also be told and show the other side of a woman trying to get respect, it's an amazing feeling. Definitely working with all of my fellow Colombianos, being able to work with Sofia and be eating like chocolate or like some sweets on the side while we were about to do very dramatic scenes, it definitely lightened it up a little bit, and it just, it was always a party. When there's Colombians, there's a party.
Creo haber visto una serie que se hizo antes sobre la historia y vi varios documentales. Estoy muy ansioso por ver qué va a pasar con esta. Cómo formularon toda esa historia de nuevo. Estoy muy ansioso de ver cómo Sofía lo hace.
My character, her name is Carla. I think I was super happy that she had my real accent where I'm from, Colombia, in Medellin, and I put like my own accent in the character, but to have the opportunity to change my hair, to change like how I look physically, to know her story, and to try to put like all my soul in her character. I'm super happy that I could do it. Like, I'm super grateful about the opportunity and super motivated to do like more things in the future, for sure. Crazy, and she's amazing. Her personality is really genuine and really really happiness in the set all the time. Like, we were really professional, like working and shooting the series, but when we are like backstage, we were like having fun, enjoying everything. It was so much fun.
Well, after 15 years, for her, learning, developing, and understanding the character, it's amazing that we finally made it here. It's been a long, long road, a difficult road, but I think it's all worth it now. No one is ready for what is coming. This is Sofia no one is imagining, and that's what makes it so much fun. To have her, to look at her taking on this such a difficult and unusual role for her. But I think she killed it, literally.
I think I was more surprised as to like the story that they were gonna do, and then just kind of reading the story along, you're like, people are gonna love this. Like, it's gonna be great. It's Sofia. She's a character, I think everyone loves Sofia, and she offered so much as an actress that it was so easy for us to like work with her. Being with my little brothers, and everything. Like I think with them, the best thing was kind of like breaking the ice, especially for the little one, Martin. He was kind of nervous the first day, and we kind of did some things that, as brothers, to make each other feel comfortable.
We've been working on it for years.
Yeah, 7 years.
Yeah.
Myself.
I'm on 4.5 at this point, I think. About 4.5.
About 7 years ago, Sofia approached us at Narcos and said, "Do you want to do a show about Griselda?" And we were like, "Of course, with you, anything." But it took a while to come together, and a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of discovery, a lot of creative juices, and we're here. Finding a way to make a show about a woman who was larger than life in 6 episodes was really a challenge.
Yes, it was.
And I think without Sofia, we couldn't have captured how larger than life she was.
She was amazing. I mean, it would be 4 in the morning and we're shooting, everybody's exhausted, and from way across the set you would hear that laugh, that Sofia Vergara laugh, and she's still in good spirits even after going God knows how many hours, and she was a trooper and was in great spirits all the way through the end.
I remember when she first read all the scripts, and she looked at me, and I was so anxious, and she looked at me with that look, and she goes, "There are a lot of lines." And I'm like, "Well, it's about you. You're in every scene." She's like, "Yeah, I am." And that was when I knew there was not going to be any problems, because the way she looked at me was just like you imagine Griselda looking. So it was fantastic all across the board. She carried the production with her energy and her devotion to the role. And there's such a huge gap between acting as a comic actor and doing what she had to do. And what she pulled off is unbelievable.
I've had the privilege of playing many real people, which has been such an incredible honor. With Andy and I, this is our second collaboration. I got to play the hero journalist Manuel de Dios Unano in Narcos. And it's always a responsibility, because you've got what these people did in real life and the way our screenwriters are telling the story. And you try to do, in my opinion, just at least 1% of justice to the things that they actually did in real life. In my case, Raul Diaz is a hero. He went out there to try to stop, from Cuba, police detective in the 70s and 80s, to stop this lady right here, to try to stop los criminales aparentemente imparables. So he means a lot to me, and I hope the audience, in my humble opinion, could feel a little bit of that. I hope. That's my humble desire. First of all, I took a Cuban cafecito before every scene, because that's the way to get it flowing. And second of all, June and I, who's my you saw the show. She's my compañera, she's my colleague, my police. We formed this alliance right from the outside. So for me, researching Raul and having my father, who's a Colombian immigrant, also to the United States, these people that come from the countries that have experienced turmoil and these, problems with narcos, it's very, very important to maintain order, to have that structure, and to enforce the law. So for me, I kind of took that feeling of righteousness, combined it with my father's struggle, 40 years working, serving the community here. And, I don't think there's anything sexy about being a narco. It's important to do the right thing. So for me, it's an honor to try to do that.
Chucho's the right hand of Griselda in the first part of the story, He's based on a real story, because Chucho was a man that was with Griselda all the time. He's one of the main workers for Griselda. And they have a relationship, a very strong relationship. At the beginning, it's full of love, but at the end, you'll see it. You need to see it. I had a lot of funny moments on set working with Sofia, because Sofia is a very, very funny girl. She's a professional, and I had many tough scenes to shoot. Because killing people, cutting bodies into pieces, it's a hard stuff,
I had my first meeting with Sofia in 2015, which, by the way, it seems like a long time. Sofia has been carrying this around since 2007, and from that time, 2015, to now, it feels like a long time. But there was so much work involved. I'm actually kind of amazed that we got it done that quickly. I think they're going to love it. I think they're going to be blown away by how good she is, how committed she is as an actress, how wonderful her portrayal is. It all lives in her, the whole show. She carries it, and she is phenomenal.
It's going to be unbelievable. I think, she's so incredible. Everybody loves her, and, she's our pride. We're so proud of her, She's done everything. I know her. I did her first movie, Chasing Papi, so I know all the way for many years ago. But we're proud. It's a pride now to everybody.
Sofía es increíble. Yo creo que mucha gente quiere ser como muy original ante los medios y las entrevistas y creo que mucha gente lo hace a propósito. Ella no. Ella es original, ella es así, ella es Sofía Vergara. Y ese amor y esa forma de ser tan original y como tan testaruda a veces, lo llena a uno de pasión para seguir haciendo todo. Mira, yo me reí todos los días con ella. Comí esa barriga que tiene Arturo, fue llenada durante el rodaje y pues tengo puros recuerdos bonitos porque yo vivo en México, yo no vivo en Los Ángeles. Y ella me adoptó como un hermano, entonces, ¿qué te puedo decir?
My character is Rafa Salazar. He is one of the members of the Medellin cartel, and he represents all this male world where Griselda has to thrive to get something out of it. So Rafa is kind of a very, let's say, is a weight opposite to Griselda in her way to conquest the world, let's say. So yeah, it's a very interesting character. The best part about working with Sofia was her skill to play the game. I mean, when we get into the set, we become kids. So Sofia is a wonderful child to play with. And we had a lot of fun doing all our scenes. And well, she is a very cool kid, who I love to play with.
Thank you. I went for those vibes. It was scary. It took a while. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not.
Yeah. And if you have an FX9 or whatever. 396.
They're blank, I just don't need them. I brought them just in case.
I'm super excited. I think I can do like all my life like this.
These power positions, shows
We are so proud of this show. We made it with so much love, and we pushed ourselves harder and harder and harder every time. And you know, we already won when we did it. Like, we knew it from our heart that this show was going to be something special. People think it's just another Narcos show. It's not that. It's a character study, very intimate, with Sofia Vergara, with a woman at the center, and in an amazing transformation. It's a show that it's fun and absurd and surreal and crazy, and it has an amazing tone, amazing cast, and you know, it's the female empowerment at its center, and that's great. You know, a director is a non-stop worker. You're always working, and you don't have 1 second. But those little moments were very special. Just being able to sit down with the cast and and tell stories and laugh. And I have a lot of humor as well, so we got along very well. It was great.
It was really exciting. I knew I was getting the chance to work again with Andy. The director is one of my closest friends now, and I know how his head works. So when you get to read something as complex and as very thoughtful as this script, you start to imagine it in your own head. How would you go with Andy's head? And it was amazing. Truth is, we bonded. We were in the middle of the pandemic also, and there was a lot of us that we weren't at home. We were in LA shooting away from our families, and she made sure that we all felt at home, that we all felt very welcomed, and it was amazing. We had a lot of chemistry, and we did a bunch of, I think, a great show together.